What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Dimlet Team podcast. We're here with those lost. How are y'all doing?
Doing pretty good, my
Fantastic.
boy.
Awesome,
Fantastic.
awesome. You want to give us a quick introduction to each other, real quick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm Ty. I'm one of the vocalists from Those Lost.
Our resident TikToker, because he's killing it.
That's it.
His cute little face.
Ladies,
He does
watch
have a good
out.
TikTok face for sure.
Well,
Right?
thanks.
Yeah.
I appreciate
The algorithm really popped off for your cheeks, big guy.
it. yeah, it did. For whatever reason.
And I am Jeremiah. I'm the other vocalist, and I kind of help our guitar player with some of the computer shit. But
The age-old programmer.
All right.
pardon me about that French.
So y'all are from Arkansas, correct?
Yep,
Yup.
that's it.
All right.
I have a question. Is it pronounced Arkansas or is it Arkansas?
You trying to open that can of worms already,
Yeah,
big
so-
guy?
So honestly, it kind of depends on what part of Arkansas you go. Like some people pronounce it Arkansas, but most people it's just Arkansas. So
Hmm.
I didn't even. I just thought that was a joke. I didn't know it was actually.
Yeah, me too.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
Huh.
But the correct way to say it is Arkansas.
Wow.
Man, I'm from here, and I don't even like this whole shtick. It's ludic. It's just madness to me.
So like, is it like a head turning moment, and you hear somebody just full like straight face, just like, "Hi, welcome to Arkansas."
Not really. I mean the accents here, some of them are crazy. Like it's if you've ever seen King of the Hill and you've heard Boomhauer, that's probably how most of the people talk here. So-
The whole city of Boomhowers running around. That's not frightening.
yeah.
The whole state. Not
Yeah,
city,
yeah.
sir.
Boomhauer
State.
State, all right.
That's
But-
awesome.
It can totally be a like full knee jerk. You might catch one and you say it Arkansas, and they'll be like, "Boy, you about to catch that Arkansas."
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think y'all might be the first band we interviewed from Arkansas. So
Oh,
we'll
sick,
keep this in
sick.
mind for the next one that comes along.
Cool.
We're not
So
as wild as the big belt buckle folks in Texas, but we try.
yeah. I mean, blame me for plugging another local Arkansas band, but another really sick Arkansas band is the Delirium Effect. We're friends with all those guys, so if you guys get those guys on, they're awesome. They're a hoot. They're fun.
Don't skip the
Hey,
Weeping
we're down.
Gate.
Oh
One of the
yeah,
other one of the guitarists from the Delirium Effect is with them too. Also
correct,
another
correct.
sick group.
Hell yeah. I always love to see
I
that.
think Weeping, I
artist-
don't know. I feel like Weeping Gate might have hit us up actually at one point.
Man, shameless plug. They are some absolute lads.
Yeah, for sure.
I can dig it. So I guess y'all got a pretty nice scene going on. Y'all got at least 3 bands, so that's pretty solid. It's a good
Yeah,
That's
start.
all
yeah.
Arkansas can handle.
all three Arkansas bands. All right.
I mean, there's definitely some other ones. Just those two for sure. Like super close with those guys, and they're super sick. They're super sick guys. Is Smoke Signals from here? Or are they from Tennessee? Jeremy, do you know?
Hmm.
I want to say Smoke Signals is from here. I think.
I don't know like the current formation of Smoke Signals. I do know like way back in the day when I did the OTS stuff with them that they were a bunch of local Arkansas guys. But
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the scene used to be huge down here. Like there was tons of bands down here. It died down, but the Delirium Effect, they've went through some name changes, but they're some of those staples. Like they
kind of carried the
Nations of
torch.
band. Yeah, they've definitely been down here holding it down for
Yeah.
sure.
It always seems like there is like at least some like metalcore stuff happening in Arkansas, like for quite a while. So I mean,
Oh, for sure.
yeah, it seems like y'all have a solid scene for sure. Maybe just a little bit of an underrated one, but
Right. Hey, 10 years ago, we did try to carry that whole like metalcore, Attack,
Tried to,
scene
yeah.
kidcore stuff. And
Stink
Man.
Kidcore, yeah.
Yeah.
they hated us then too. Don't worry.
I was always bigger into the MySpace deathcore stuff. That's what I always wanted to do.
There you go. There's that niche.
That's it.
Oh yeah, man. You can never go wrong with a little Elysia or some Arsonist get all the girls, you know?
Exactly.
I'm proud of myself. I actually knew at least the last one he said. So
That's good. That's good, man. That's good. So we're just a 3-piece. As of right now, we're just a 3-piece. So out of all 3 of us, I'm probably the one that likes the most obscure, probably the heaviest stuff, I would say.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
If it sounds like a cat dragged through a sewer, he's a fan.
That's it, dude. That's my stuff, man.
Weren't you I was like going through your all's Facebook. Weren't you one of the later ones to join too, Ty?
Yeah. I was the last.
The last to join? All
Yeah.
right.
So we was all in a band together whenever we were in high school. And then I moved to Missouri, and I just recently moved back to Arkansas. And like probably the second week of me being back, we got together and started working on that first single that we just put out. So
Yeah, me and Brett were kind of just like, our boy's home. We got to do something.
Yeah, do something. But so what? Y'all just put that single out. So when did y'all start working on that? Or I mean, y'all put that in July, right?
Yeah.
Say, don't get me lying on camera now. Come on.
Yeah.
I guess I can fact check y'all if y'all want. Let me
Say, here goes these allegations already, man.
Yeah, here it is. They don't even know whenever they drop their first single.
Yeah, we're super organized here at the Those Lost camp.
I mean,
Looks like September 10th is whenever we actually released. Or no, wait, I'm sorry. Yeah. September 10th is whenever we actually dropped it. July 16th, we did a teaser for it though.
oh, okay, all right. So like, I guess when did when do y'all start working on that song? Like, let's get the timeline going.
Trying to think.
You guys was working on it before me, right?
Yeah, so Brett was actually the one to reach out. I'd kind of been like out of the game for a while, and Brett just kind of came to me, was like, hey man, I really don't want to like just let go of music. You into trying to do some shit? And it was like, I mean, yeah, sure. I could totally use somebody who doesn't, suck as a human again. And yeah, he'd been working on the track by himself for a little bit. And originally Proposition is just like a feature. And then Ty came along while me and him were working on that. And it just kind of, as soon as he was home, like everything kind of slapped together. We got the teaser probably within a week of talking to you about it.
Yeah.
And then we went through we went through a little bit of debating and discussing from there, and decided it was going to be a 3-piece and be an actual thing instead of just collabing with the boys. So,
yeah. Like this started as just like a whole one-off. We was just gonna do the one song. Me and Jeremy was featured on it, which actually, if you see like the first teaser that we posted about it, that's what it said. It was like, two of my friends featured on this song, yada yada. And then, I mean, we popped off so well together, and everything came together so quickly that we was like, let's just make this a thing. So we did.
Yeah, man.
we're in the works for our first EP right now, and we got another single close to being done that we're gonna release. I think we're gonna try to do them like every song off the EP release with its own album art, its own not really album art. I guess it'd be track art with its own track art. Kind of release them all separate, and then just collectively put them on an EP. So,
all right, that's cool. That's cool. I like that.
That's cool, dude. So like, you guys are vocalists, so if we don't mind taking it like way back, how did y'all each like discover this ability that you guys could project from your vocal cords? Like, how did that come about?
So me and him were definitely like emo kids from the beginning, and me and him actually did a ton of like writing and fanboy vibes way back in the day after we had learned. But
yeah,
for me, Oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Don't you be cute at me on camera.
ahead.
How dare you? Dirty slut. How dare you? Okay. Okay. So, yeah, for me, it was like, I don't know, my dad was always super loud. So like we were just kind of a loud family. And out at school, we would have like the lunch hour and it was just kind of free roam. So I don't know, like I remember some shit going down and I got really loud at somebody and it was just, whoa. And then a buddy of mine was like, dude, you could probably do this stuff. I mean, my brother had been like into like Disturbed, Limp Bizkit, stuff like that. So I was just that like
Nu metal
12-year-old looking up to my brother, like, damn, you're hardcore. And then buddy said, hey, you could probably do this shit, and showed me A Day to Remember. And I was like, well, I'm set for life. I know what I want.
So for me, it was more so just we used to ride, like we have drove probably all over Arkansas, just rode, like just hanging out, riding in Jeremy's shitty little Daewoo that he had. And
You leave Lamar alone.
we
He was an absolute unit.
yeah, and so it was just us riding along, you know, just kind of singing along to stuff. And then I was like, oh man, like I want to learn this. And probably the first band that really got me into like I'm gonna learn how to do this was Drop Dead Gorgeous. I don't know if you guys remember them or not.
Good choice.
But really, really underrated band, Drop Dead Gorgeous, I think. And
Yeah, we
I heard
had
him
him on,
screaming.
right? Yeah, we had him on. Like,
Oh, that's sick.
about a year
That's sick.
ago, right?
Dude.
He was the keyboardist for that band. He was on here, and he still owes us another one. He's gonna come back with a little friend of his.
That's
Nice.
awesome. That's amazing. But yeah, so just kind of they was probably the first, and then so Jeremy does fry vocals and then I do false chords. So we have two completely different styles. So whenever we try to teach each other stuff or talk about it, like it just does not connect between the two of us.
You
But
and you false chord airbending mother.
so then I found Job for a Cowboy and Suicide Silence, and I was like, oh, this is what I want to do for sure. So then I just started practicing from there and trying to learn that, and then got that down, and here we are. I just kind of kept at it. The band that we were in high school, I actually played bass. I'm
Sorry
not
that
that good
happened
at
to you.
bass, but I played bass. A funny story about that. So I played the very first show that we ever had. I had only been playing bass for like 2 weeks, and we got up there and played. It was terrifying. Terrifying.
Phenomenal performance, my guy.
I mean, people just kind of throw anyone in at bass in high school, it seems like.
Yeah,
yeah, man, just punch
kinda
this
like the thing
2x4
they
with
do.
some strings on it. It's fine.
Yeah.
They have no appreciation for the instrument. You gotta practice.
They
You gotta
don't,
like
they
give them.
The meme in our band was literally, why don't you just stand behind your amp?
Yeah, yep.
Nah,
Be a
rough.
good bassist.
We gotta treat bassists better. We gotta improve the
Right.
Bass lives
treatment
matter.
of bassists. Yeah, bass lives
That's
matter.
it. That's it.
Hell yeah. So from there, like with you guys got the one song out now. Where do you guys plan on going next? Because you said you have all these other songs from the EP, but are you guys like in a like go to the studio vibe, or are you guys gonna have to just mix and master them? What's the plan?
So I knew this one was coming because there's been very little like press about any further EPing and things. So I was like, I know he's going to call us out on that. I've hinted at it a little bit with like the posts that I've made, but yeah, essentially we've got the songs for an EP in the plan, in the playbook, but we're in the process of finishing tracking for the next one we're going to release. That I'll go ahead and tease that a little bit. Shameless plug number 2. That'll be single 2 coming is Empty King. So like when we started talking EP, we kind of decided everyone out of the group was going to have like their one song. So I'm extra excited because Empty King is mine. I'm going to see if I can convince Brett on letting me throw down the cleans for it as well, because he normally does the guitar and the cleans. But I don't know. I'm getting some real hard like Moss to Flames inspiration on it, and I
All
really
right.
want to try those kind of like gritty belts. So I don't know. May go Sing Scream if I have to, if I just sound like an absolute ass crack, but we'll find out.
So
Oh, I'm looking forward to it, man. I love some Chris Roeder.
Dude.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. So
Best Amoroso.
Ooh, yes. My God.
the song that is the least finished is probably the song that I took, which was I'll go ahead and drop the name of it. It's God Eater. So that's going to be one of our heaviest, which has kind of been a challenge for everybody else to write, except for myself, because I'm trying to bring so much deathcore influence into it. And
Brett just kind of looks at him like,
figure it out. Yeah. But once we've got a pretty good chunk of it written, a decent amount of it recorded. Empty King, though, we're pretty close to having it done and out and released. So
That's cool. It's like
oh, go ahead.
Are you going? You go ahead. We're
I was gonna
reviewing
say
you.
we're probably gonna go like under wraps on the rest of them from there. That'll probably be the 3 that we actually put out, and then just finish the others before we go full release.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't want to just drop the whole thing and be like, oh, surprise.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
But I like that. That's cool. You have 3 singles that each of y'all wrote, so it's like everyone you get a little flavor of every part of the band. So
oh
Yeah.
yeah. So and all 3 of these singles, like they sound completely different. Like none of them sound like, I mean, there's influences from everybody, so it sounds like the same band, but it's definitely genre bending. Like not everything is exactly metalcore the way that it's cookie cutter made to be.
well, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of people can appreciate that. We're in the
sure.
era of genre bending.
Right.
Right.
We're in the era of getting weird with it. So
Oh yeah. So get weird with it.
yes, sir. Trying to think. To be fair, there's one that's probably less written than God Eater, but it's definitely like no one's normal style in the group. So
Yeah, true.
All right.
True.
we all got to kind of.
That one's gonna push everybody's boundaries, I think. So
Heck yeah. So like with these tracks, like what are, like, I know you've like name dropped a couple bands, but like for each of you working on these tracks, what are like some like bands that like influence the sound like directly? Like what are you listening to while you work on these songs, like trying to give you ideas, or maybe workshop, like maybe that's what I want to do, or maybe stuff that you're trying to avoid not doing?
So for me, it's definitely the Pure Like Porcelain EP from like Moss to Flames. Been really big into Bad Omen's new album, The Death of Peace of Mind. That Noah is an absolute saint with those new clean vocals. Like he's been working on his style a lot, and it is definitely showing, and I'm here for it. Trying to think. I don't know. I kind of go all over the place, and I'm also a big idiot for like all the music reactions. So I tend to just get a little bit of like what's trending, what's current. And then I have like my personal tastes that I stick to. Definitely like Moss to Flames. I'd have to probably say like self-titled Attack Attack. That's like one of my go-to albums, no matter what.
Oh,
no
classic.
matter when.
So for me, Of Sulfur is a big one. Ricky Hoover's new band, they're sick. They're bringing some of the clean vocals into deathcore as well. So like trying to do a little bit of that with God Eater. So definitely Of Sulfur. some Infinite Annihilator. Been listening to a lot of that while trying to get some inspiration for this because
Knew
I
it was
definitely
coming.
I definitely want to have some crazy vocal patterns and just sounds come out of God Eater. I mean, you can't even talk about crazy vocals and sounds without talking about Lorna Shore at this point.
Yeah.
So definitely Lorna Shore. Yeah, I mean, Infinite Annihilator, Lorna Shore of Sulfur, and then no matter what I do, Mitch Lucker from Suicide Silence will always be an inspiration in some point. That guy influences me every time I try to do any kind of vocal. Just if I can get as much power as he has, I'm happy with it.
He will invite you to the house to watch the memorial performance, no matter what.
All day, every day.
Any day of the week is a good day for him to watch that.
And Whitechapel too. I would definitely say that they're a pretty big influence into it too. So
the new album definitely went harder for me, but
yeah, I like the new Whitechapel, but I'm definitely
Saw's the law, duh.
Yeah, but no. Give me older. Give me older than that. Give me older than that.
I don't go older than that, so you've lost me.
I want MySpace era.
Oh,
Whitechapel.
Okay. To be fair, I'm not sure. Like, I know a lot of the I think a lot of the members were like from other groups to begin with, and I believe they went to be some pretty big groups after. But MySpace era for me, the one band that always comes to mind, All Shall Perish.
Yeah. Eddie went to Suicide Silence actually, and I couldn't.
Oh
tell you
shit, that's where Eddie came from, dude. Yep. Well, that makes sense of why I didn't mind Suicide when the whole change happened. That makes a lot of sense now. Holy shit.
We're learning.
No.
So,
No, you're good. You're good. Sorry.
Okay.
So, like, I guess, like, kind of what I'm getting is, like, y'all, like, from y'all's Facebook was, like, y'all were kind of a band before, like, y'all came back together, like,
Yeah.
like in 2016 or so, right? And then y'all, so this is kind of like a revival of, like, and you had a different name and stuff,
So yeah, this goes, like, even probably further back than that. Like, we've been back and forth with this, like, collective music group for probably 10, 15 years now.
All right.
And essentially we've just kind of weeded out the weak, I guess. But came back to the boys worth keeping. Softer way to say that. But yeah, no. Me and Brett and Ty were all founding members with a group that kind of evolved rapidly. What was the first name? Was She Is Murder the first iteration?
Yeah. The first name was She Is Murder, all one word, no spaces, because MySpace was a thing then, so that's what you did.
And no
when was this?
I was 15. I'm 29 now, so
yeah, 14, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
All right, right on.
I knew I had a time frame.
That's perfect timing, honestly, right?
Yeah.
Right. And
we were
right
both wearing two belts at a time. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Had to.
And then from there we went to There's Always Revenge.
That's when I came along.
Yeah. So we had another vocalist before Jeremy came along. Again, I was doing bass. And then we changed the name, got Jeremy on vocals.
I was originally the, like, high school paper poet nerd. So
yeah.
They read my poetry in the paper, was like, this is sick. We want you.
I mean, that's how you got to do it. He's got bars. You got to add him, right?
Right. That's it. And
creepy, weird, goth sounding kid in the paper. Let's get him.
So then after There's Always Revenge, I left. And then you guys continued with Occupy the Sky.
Yeah. We kind of went through our, like, experimental phase after There's Always Revenge of, like, trying to find ourselves and all that. So, like, we struggled with the name for a while and just kept writing music. And then it was like, massive explosive oversaturation of like the EDM metalcore, and like Icy Stars was gaining ground. They said a storm was coming from Jamie's Elsewhere, just dropped. That's one of my go-tos.
That's a great album. That's probably one
Yes,
of my
absolutely. Aaron Pauli, what a saint. Fever
Yeah,
Dream wrote the album, nailed it.
super solid album. Really like a good encapsulation of what that sound should have sounded like from that era. Very well done.
Way too talented a group of guys to have died the way they did.
Yeah. See, so whenever you bring up like EDM and electronic music into metal, the first band that comes to my mind is Asking Alexandria with
Well, of
Stand Up and
course.
Scream.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have it tattooed on my arm somewhere in there. Yeah, right there.
Oh, right on. All right.
Gotta
And,
find it.
Yeah. So that, and then there is a band called Beyond All Recognition that added like the dubstep and a little bit heavier than what Asking Alexandria was. I was always more into them.
Yeah, they were basically beat downs with
That's
dubstep
it,
behind
man.
it. That's
it.
that's literally the perfect personification of you.
Yeah. So I started out with like punk music, and then I went into like the new metal, and then I got into like hardcore, and then I got into like deathcore and stuff. So I'm a sucker for hardcore music. It's the best.
Good vibe.
So yeah, like with the Occupy the Sky stuff, when we finally like cemented on the band name and all that, and in such a small town and like the scene we had at the time, we fairly well knew that we were like setting ourselves up for hate, because like every other band in the area at the time were like 8-string gent, fucking brutal, bro.
Ain't nothing
And
wrong with that though either.
if they could have played more than their top string, maybe. Jason showing their asses to their fans, music you can pace to. Wow.
All right. This is
Sounds like
golden
you
right
guys-
here. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna be one of the most hated bands after this, because
Oh,
we're just
absolutely.
talking shit on so
all
many different
the
genres.
I mean,
worms out of
this
the
is
woodwork
years ago.
crawling. We were talking about getting canceled, right? Hey, yo.
There it is.
This is- I mean,
yeah,
it sounds like
They're kicking you out of your local scene.
we were always kept on the edge to begin with, but honestly, I think that, I mean, it's high school ego stuff, but also I think a couple of those like previous members were instigating a lot of it that the rest of us didn't know about. So like we were
Oh,
getting
yeah.
hate stares and we didn't know why, and it was like, well, okay, be a dick, get a dick.
I love it. So it sounds like you guys got some interesting show memories. Maybe you guys played a show, something. Did anything happen? I mean, you don't have to.
There's a local venue. I say venue. It was in someone's basement, but it was like the place to play, right?
course.
Like whenever we were in high school, and everybody called it the Dungeon. It was a cool place to play too. Like they actually had like a little stage set up and everything. It was pretty cool. We played there. This is before Jeremy was in the band. This is whenever we had our original vocalist.
She is herp derp.
Yeah. And our original vocalist did nothing but go up there and just talk shit on the sound quality of the place, and just trashed everything. And then we was told immediately after we got off from playing that we would never play there again, and that we were no longer welcome there. So that's probably one of the funny stories that I got as far as playing shows. Other than that, I mean, they were pretty much just mediocre. So
As much as I hate to make
Yeah,
the
rock
reference,
rock and roll.
yeah.
we're practically the Nickelback of the area. The band loved to be hated.
Well, hey, we haven't interviewed anyone else from
Your
Arkansas, so I think y'all are our favorite. So that's
Awesome.
what really
awesome.
counts. Yeah,
Hey,
Yeah,
first is
we'll
always
take
your
it.
favorite, man. It's always the best. You never forget
it's
your first.
true. Never.
Hey man,
Exactly.
I look at it this way: haters make you famous, and You know, obviously you guys are still
Oh, Ryan
striving.
knows.
Yeah, it does.
I gotta
Careful
say,
now.
y'all's
Striving-
early band names are very cool, very MySpace for sure. Y'all definitely
Oh
good in
yeah,
that
yeah,
regard.
for sure.
I actually really liked There's Always Revenge as far as the names. Like She Is Murder was definitely the fad era.
Oh yeah.
Occupy the Sky was another one of those, like the big Occupy movement things when everyone was making the little pictures with the crowns, the keep calms, and the Occupy Wall Street and all that stuff. And I was like, well, we didn't really mean to, but here we are.
Here we are. Just by coincidence.
Yep. But
Right.
There's Always Revenge was probably the first name that just felt very original, didn't feel like it was just trending to something. But
Yeah.
it died quickly too.
I feel it, man. It's like I think that's kind of like the thing that a lot of band dudes go through is kind of like different iterations of a like band going through lineup changes or just hopping from band to band, and it's like it's one of those things that people have to endure, and it kind of does, like you guys said earlier, weed out the weak because like those are like some of the most common things that bands go through that lead to breakups. And if those people that continue to carry on and move through it, like that's usually the people that end up making it because they can withstand those minor annoyances without letting it get inside their head like, I should quit.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, in all fairness, I 100% agree with that. Like, I couldn't be happier to be working on music with the guys that I am now.
Absolutely.
And like I'm working on another band project that I'm hoping to be making a first release with soon as well. And I've got a guitarist with that I'm working on. And then recently reached out to an old buddy of mine. I believe he had actually talked with me of like y'all had reached out to his band as well. Buddy of mine, Steven Parent, he plays guitar for a band, Hiragana, over in Michigan, I believe it is.
What was it?
What is it?
What would you say the band name was?
Hiragana.
Yeah, I think we got yeah.
Yeah, he's a really solid guitarist that I worked with years ago when he lived in the area, and just not a better guy to be found on this planet. An absolute unit. I would work on music with him till the sun exploded. He was pretty much sticking it with me through some of the like shittiest years of my life. So like if you can put up with all he did to keep trying to make music with me, you're a saint.
That's
So
a rider.
I plan to work on some stuff with me and him as well. So I'll probably have 3 different projects I'll be trying to throw in you guys' face from time to time.
Hell yeah.
We're down with it.
Hey, you need friends like that for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like
Good to
these
make-
boys. That's why I kept them too. So
I'll
Well,
tell
I
you, if I-
mean,
any
you go,
advice I
Ryan.
yeah,
Sorry.
to anybody trying to make it in the scene is do make good friends and be good to your friends, because you can't be that band that just pisses off everybody or that artist that just makes everybody mad and just keep burning bridges. It's like it's cool to be a troll, get attention online and stuff like sometimes, but you know, in terms of like your fellow musicians, you gotta learn how to treat people right. That way you can have these long lasting relationships, because people remember and people have there's a lot of loyal people out there that'll stick around if you're just kind and nice to them.
we can't all
for
be
sure.
throwing mic stands and making it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Though I do enjoy a good mic stand throw. That's
Yeah,
it
oh,
looks
for
cool
sure.
on stage. Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely get street cred.
Oh, yeah. I
Might
think
not
you
go
make
over with guys named Antonio, but
I mean, if you start throwing mic stands, man, the mic stand community is gonna come after you, dude. Like the mic stands
it.
are not. There won't be
A bunch of
won't be
people named Mike Stan are gonna start like DMing you.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, hey, mic stand like brand endorsements. Yeah, that's quality control right there. You're seeing how many if it can crush a skull with their quality of mic. Dude, you're doing them so much
Damn.
PR.
You got those like old school mic stands with like the heavy ass bottoms on them,
Yeah.
Yeah. The,
like the
it's super
fucking
weighted
rock
bottom.
on them all.
Yeah.
Clavicle crushers, as I like to call them. You know,
There
like
you
keep-
go.
Oh yeah.
What even is a clavicle? Okay.
Right. Oh,
That sounds
Is
like
that in the
a-
leg?
Sounds like a Cannibal Corpse song.
Clavicle Crusher.
Yeah.
We'll start a band call Clavicle Crusher.
Oh,
There you
that's
go.
sick, man.
your deathcore
That's it.
side project, Ty. There you go.
That's it, man.
Can't be
Yeah.
stopped.
This is the only band that I'm doing. So
For now.
yeah. So
Nothing
I
wrong with
mean,
that.
that you'll admit to, right?
yeah. True. There could be some secret stuff in the works that nobody knows about.
I'm full transparency. Sorry. I suck at keeping secrets.
My man's a
Full
ghost.
disclosure.
Right. I don't want to be the one ending up on something like Is Anyone Up and all that stuff, but if it were to happen to anyone, it would be my like non-secret keeping ass. So
That's throwing
Fingers-
it back right. Old G,
right,
bro.
fingers crossed I behave
Yeah, dude.
myself.
I think they made a documentary on that. Is anyone up? Like I think it's like on Netflix or right.
Yeah. I haven't watched it, but I've seen it browsing through there. Which, speaking of good stuff on Netflix, if no one's watched Dahmer on Netflix yet, if you
Knew it
like
was
serial
coming.
killers, it's a really good show.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. That one sounds like a whole other level of creepy where I'm like, I don't
It's
know.
I mean it's pretty intense, but it's really good. It's really good. Evan Peters does really good as Dahmer. I can't remember the actor's name, but Dahmer's dad is played by the same dad from Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ace.
yeah. So
No power.
it's pretty
He
wild.
does do
seeing him
dads a
play
lot
serial
pretty
killer.
well.
Yeah.
Man found his niche talent and stuck with it. He's a
but
master of his craft.
Raising bastards.
it's a really good show. It's a really good
I don't know,
show.
man. Cannibalism, that's just like a whole other like level, honestly.
Yeah, can't really punch you on the shoulder and say I'm proud of you, kiddo.
Well, look. I didn't write the show. I didn't do the things. I'm
You
just
didn't do
saying
the thing. It's a good
I'm
show.
just saying.
All right.
it's a really good show.
All right. We'll see.
I mean,
I'm sure that like someone will like be like, hey, we're gonna watch Dahmer, and I'll be like, okay.
Okay.
it's a show. At the very least, I hope it's a deterrent from future cannibalistic murder.
Right.
Yeah, that would be good. I mean, I
Yeah.
think we've gotten pretty good about like not having serial killers anymore, just because like it's hard to cover up your tracks the way you used to be able to because of social media and whatnot. And
The
you know,
internet does exist.
There's
these
cameras
days,
everywhere.
so-
phone records
Birds.
and whatnot. Yeah. So I'm not really too scared about getting serial killed these days, but
You should be.
No one's sticking
Okay.
a spoon in me anytime soon.
I
You live in
mean,
Texas, and, like
I don't know, but I don't know about I think someone might stick a spoon in me, but like
Spicy.
that's just that
Spice.
just comes with the territory, right?
Hey man, what you do on the weekends on you?
Right.
Right.
You and the Spoon Man need to get a room, Cash.
I mean,
Oh, that's it. Spoon Man.
spoon.
Oh no! Oh no!
I mean, like my brother stabbed me with the drumstick before, so like,
Oh,
That's
Sick.
brother right there.
yeah,
man.
so
Like this is the most weaponized.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I've gotten someone stabbed me with something that's like not that's like not traditional like knife or anything. And was
I
like,
don't know. I'd
was
look
it
at
a
him and be like,
spoon?
"Never taking you to KFC again, my guy."
That's not finger licking good, man. That's finger
No.
stabbing.
not at all.
I mean, I mean like a drumstick, like we played, but not. I mean, that would be hilarious if it was like a drumstick, like a piece
Yeah.
of chicken. But
That would take it to a whole nother level. But I
Yeah.
had to play on words. I'm a sucker for it.
no, yeah,
So
Dad joke. Dad
Yeah,
joke.
dad jokes and the worst puns. That's
I
me.
just want to clarify so people didn't think I got stabbed with a piece of chicken because that's like fucking ridiculous.
So, I mean, now that we're talking about food, is the great state of Arkansas known for any good
Or-
food?
no, they're just crossing over to Texas to get all their good food.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Like I think like the only food that originated here is chocolate gravy, I think.
Which I've heard of that before.
That's
I
a
have no
little
idea what
fun
it is.
fact.
Yeah, that's
Hillbilly
like a-
biscuit sauce.
Yeah, and sweet tea, but I mean the sweet tea is kind of just like a full southern thing. Like it's
You
not
better
just
redact that one. Louisiana will fight you.
Yeah, well, you know. They can catch hands. It's fine.
I
Georgia
think
over there with their
everyone
peaches getting
can-
spicy.
I think everyone can put sugar in tea and claim that. but-
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can throw
like
some
that-
dirt
that
and
one's
some
nothing
water and
special.
a grain of sugar and call it a drink, but
But yeah, I think chocolate gravy. I think that's it. There's not really like a staple like
Wait.
an Arkansas barbecue.
What is chocolate gravy, might I ask? Because like I've heard of that before. I don't have any idea what it is. And I'm from Texas and like
So I mean it's
yeah,
just like it's literally what it sounds like. It's a gravy that you put like people eat it with their mashed potatoes and biscuits and stuff.
it's
But it's got
chocolate.
chocolate in it. Yeah, it's like a really
Huh.
sweet gravy. It's not
so
like
chocolate
not
syrup,
that
but
good,
worse for
I'm
you.
being honest.
Do you know
Yeah.
what mole is?
Heard of it? Don't know what it is though.
It's like Mexican chocolate sauce, but they put on meat
Okay.
and stuff. It's like a chocolate salsa, basically.
Oh,
Okay, all right. So similar.
Kind of
similar.
weird. Yeah.
Holy mole. No thanks.
hmm Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it to be honest. But I mean, I can't imagine you'll have terrible food. Like y'all probably doing pretty well soul food wise. Also, like I mean, I've been to Fayetteville and like I had a couple pretty good meals there. So
Every
Yeah,
Southern
I
mother in
mean-
this state thinks they're a 5-star chef. Don't you let them
Yeah.
lie to you.
Yeah. I mean, the food's good. Just we don't have any like staples. Like.
yeah,
We're
But
the
I mean,
yeehaw melting pot. So we get
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
else's Southern Bible Belt food and just say we
Yeah.
do it better.
but
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything Alabama's really claiming or anything like? I mean, is there actually? I don't know.
There's something they claim, but I don't call it food.
Roll Tide, Alabama.
Or like, I mean, like Tennessee is like they have. I mean, I guess they got Memphis barbecue, but
Yeah, which
like
is fire, by the
Mississippi.
way.
I mean, like Louisiana, Texas, Georgia, like Florida, they got like food, but like I don't think like not all the southern states got food, right? I don't think.
Dude, oh,
Back to the everybody's got their thing. And I think
Yeah.
Arkansas just really hasn't found themselves past rice. So
Yeah. There's tons of rice fields here, so
uh, we make your Budweiser. So
yeah.
I mean,
we
So
got
does
one
Missouri.
thing.
I'd probably rather eat in Arkansas than like, I don't know, Kansas. So, or like,
Means
you're doing
probably
something
a lot
right.
of, yeah, there's probably a lot. I think at least Arkansas is probably like in the upper half of like states I'd rather eat in. So,
Yeah.
We'll
that's
take
fair.
it. We will take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. We'll take it. Look, Arkansas will take every small victory we can get. Like that's that's it.
Woo!
right.
chocolate gravy.
Yeah.
chocolate gravy.
Yeah, absolutely. Got that chocolate gravy foam finger energy going.
I think.
Look
that's
what you
some
done
Ark-
started, Ty. You messing up now.
That's it, man. I'm just trying to spread the word about chocolate gravy. That's all.
Spreading the good word.
Do you make chocolate gravy yourself?
No. I mean, honestly, it's not even that good. It's just the only thing we're known for. So
I'm allergic to chocolate, so
You don't eat chocolate gravy?
kind of a big nope on me.
All right.
The
I mean, if you
biggest-
want to smell what the back end of a Mexican restaurant looks like after Taco Tuesday, feed me chocolate. Otherwise, we stay away from each other. It's best that way.
All right. All right. I'm sorry you're allergic to chocolate because like chocolate is fucking delicious. I don't know about chocolate
Right.
gravy though. That's
Yeah,
still a little suspect in my, but
Chocolate
I'll
gravy is
probably
not
try. I'll
delicious,
try it once at
but
least.
chocolate is good.
Yeah. Growing into that allergy was basically like that spear of Odin of like there is no
Oh.
God. So
No, I feel that. I remember like I was in middle school and my like doctor was like, "Yeah, you're like lactose intolerant." That's
Ooh.
ooh,
and I'm like, "I hate you. I'm gonna try to get my parents to take me to another doctor." They're like, "No, that's stupid. Just
you
stop
lie.
eating
You
cheese.
lie.
Stop drinking milk with your cereal." And I'm like, and I mean, I don't know. I still eat cheese, but I don't drink milk anymore.
Hey, Cash.
I
I'm
feel
a
you.
sucker for cheese.
Yeah, you
Cheese
need
is
to remember-
delicious.
He said lactose intolerant, not lactose impossible.
There you
Exactly.
go. That's a
That's it,
winner
man.
energy right
Positive.
there.
Yep.
You can
Who
shit right through the odds.
Yeah, you're hugging your knees at 4 a.m. because of what you ate the day before, man.
Oh.
You're not impossible. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Just do
Do it.
absolutely. You
Just
can
do
hug
it.
your ankles all you want later, but just know you beat it. You won.
You did that.
Yeah, that's
Cash.
it.
Ain't nobody can tell you that lactose don't go where it needs to go.
And that's still a W, head between your knees or not.
Hey, at the very, you could take like Lactaid or something. You know, they have those little things that can help you.
Well,
like,
no, I just kind of I mean, it was never like that serious to begin with. It was just like I get a
Doing it
little, yeah, it was like it was never that bad. So I was like, so I don't really, so I just kind of just like deal with
I mean,
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like whatever. It's like I'll just have, yeah, a slice of cheese isn't gonna ruin my day.
Ask Ty. I will brave some chocolate and pay the price.
He
I am
will.
not.
Well, he's not the
I
only one
mean,
that takes
that's
the prize. though.
honestly, that's like I think way more fucked up than like just suddenly being allergic to cheese. I think because like I don't know, chocolate's the fuck
I think
delicious.
that's the two
That'd be
worst
depressing.
Yeah, I think it was pretty depressing after like downing the whole gallon tub of Hershey's Kisses and vomiting blood. The doctor goes, "Don't do that again."
Oh my god,
That's what started it. That's what started it.
right there. Yeah.
Full
was
on like
enough.
Exorcist, but blood instead of pea soup. So
Ugh.
it,
Of the two things to be allergic to, I think chocolate and cheese are up there as like things that you don't want to lose in life. I mean, as you get,
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Right.
are
'cause
two- get older, that your body just slowly just can't gestate anymore as much as it used to. Because I mean, without even being allergic to chocolate, like as you get older, sugar is just not your friend anymore. Your body can't metabolize it. So I
no,
mean,
sir. You're talking to a geezer. I know.
yeah, sorry, I feel it.
Not me. I'm built different.
You got them strong bones. I don't know how with that
Except
lack of
whenever it
milk,
comes
but
to
you got them.
You take a calcium tablet, you'll make it, Cash.
I mean, I think my bones are pretty solid, honestly.
Mine aren't.
I wouldn't want gas bones. You know, I'm not looking for a vapor bone or a liquid bone.
Yeah, they're not wiggly at all. That's what I'm trying to say.
Damn.
I think if you had jiggle bones, we would be in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, jiggle bones here.
I don't know, man.
All jiggle bones.
I think I'd like the idea of being super flexible. Might help me out in a lot of ways.
If my
So-
muscles and my bones like steel cable wire, I'd be all right.
If your screen name does not become Old Wiggle Bones, I'm gonna be so upset.
Old wiggle bones, huh?
That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
jiggle bones.
Yeah.
Oh, jiggle bones.
What up, jiggle bone?
Right. God, here comes the slur of new nicknames. So like
Oh my god, that's
the band name iterations were not the only names that we always went through. Like our band did
Y'all had
the
nicknames. Y'all had
Yeah,
nicknames
so,
there,
like-
didn't you? All right.
when you start looking at all your idols, like the Devil Wears Prada and Asking Alexandria and all that, like Danny, Dan, Ben, David, every default name on the planet. And those are your heroes. So it's like, we got to have boring names, guys. Insert default dude here. So my name Jeremiah turned to Jimmy. Josh became John. God, what did Justin become? Brett was Peter because we always called him Beater. So yeah, his was like a nickname upon a nickname. And then there's Greg when our other bass player was in. And then for some reason mine just continually devolved from Jimmy to Jimby to Jimbay to Jimbone to Jimmy on the Journey to Jimbuck 2 and all kinds of I was like, what? Jimothy,
Jimothy is my favorite.
Jebediah. And I
Jimothy is my
became
favorite.
Amish somehow.
Jimbadiah, all right.
Man, I've never churned butter, but I might fuck it up. You got slap at some butter churning.
They don't churn you don't churn your own butter in Arkansas?
No.
You're not like the rest of us?
No, we buy it just like the other. Don't let us lie to
Butter
you.
the bread with butter.
Oh, there we go.
Crazy good band.
I was
Crazy.
waiting for someone to break that one.
It's crazy how long that band has been around, and considering that like they're just like breaking through. I don't know if it's because they're an overseas like European band, but I'm just super glad that their music's getting a little more attention.
Oh, for
Like-
sure. And whenever they became a full band and not, I mean, don't get me wrong, the stuff they was releasing whenever it was just two of them, killer. But whenever they became a full band, oh man,
Bruh.
yeah, it intensified. They have a song. It's called like something in the Pyronaut or Astronaut or something. That song slaps. I can't remember the name of it though.
Oh yeah, like their last album that came out, like Jump and Run, like was probably on repeat for like a few weeks. Like on
Oh yeah,
the only thing I listened to. It was just all I could absorb.
Some of the most wild dudes on the planet, but we're happy they are here.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely glad like they were able to do that like collab with Electric Callboy.
Yeah, I was
Yeah. So I almost called him Eskimo Callboy.
when we
I was
brought
about
up
to
the
say
Is
something
Anyone
about
Up?
that.
Yeah.
Yep. And I was like, hang on, they changed the name, I think. So
Yeah, we
Good for
Cowards.
them.
got to refrain. from the
It's
name.
like
Right.
Electric Callboy and like Cal Style Boys like coming out at the same time, and I was like, that's kind of
To
similar.
me, Electric Callboy just sounds like a very gay Texas nightclub.
Oh, yeah. That's. I mean, there's probably one around here somewhere.
It's
Did you
definitely
not?
their name
There's a dude's
Did you not?
On camera?
Yeah.
from like a definite.
Awkward. No one wants to see your back in like half an ass.
Their name definitely went from like a insensitive name to a euphemism for
electric one.
yeah. They went from a to a euphemism about like a lady's little hand toy, but hey, that's not too
Electric
bad.
Callboy Service,
Right.
Paradise Haven Stairway, Hungary. Huh.
Jesus, that sounds like every clickbait wish item you never want.
No reviews of vehicle exporter. Huh. In Budapest.
They'll
All
get
right.
you.
Sounds like it's something you would plug in and it'd burn your house down.
Yeah.
You bought it off Wish and you regret every second of it.
It's like an early Alexa like kind of thing where it's like,
yeah.
or like one of those robot things like those 80s like robot butlers they have in movies or whatever.
So I
So
know
what's
that you guys are interviewing us, but how long have you guys been doing the podcast thing?
Hey, 2.5 years.
Oh, that's
2.5.
sick. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We
We
just did our
started-
100th episode.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
That's
say I
cool.
did do a little bit of creeping and I watched some of the earlier stuff like once I really started to come across like interviews. And so like I've tried to keep up with it, but I have not finished the entire collection of you guys yet. Do intend to.
So I went and followed on Spotify and I've started listening at episode 1.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But
Oh, okay.
I-
You got us we got us when we were just starting out.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're short 2 people now, so
Okay,
Uh-oh.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big podcast junkie. So
you just going through them all.
yep. I'm gonna listen to the whole catalog for sure.
Same.
Oh,
You
well.
guys are gonna
Yeah.
serenade me to sleep.
Yep,
Huh?
that's
Hey,
it.
I mean, I appreciate if someone, like I've said before, if you fall asleep to podcast, throw ours on because, like, honestly, it still counts as listening if you fall asleep during it.
Right.
right.
We're still getting ours.
It's a
So you do what you
exactly like
want. Just don't get it in my
exactly, yeah.
hair.
I mean, there's a lot of those early episodes are a lot of banter, and I mean, if you're a fan of Dance Gavin Dance and want to hear a bunch of dudes that aren't like the most musically inclined people in the whole wide world talk about like a noodly proggy band, go for it. I mean, if you want to skip ahead, and
Hey,
just go.
What about David?
David is amazing. I love David. I miss David.
Yeah, I
Shout
did
out to
notice there
David.
was like some heavy Dance Gavin Dance at the beginning. It was like, man.
Yep,
Yeah,
loved
we
it.
were
Loved it.
we were all Dance Gavin Dance at the beginning.
Yeah. This podcast was born out of a Dance Gavin Dance like Facebook group. So
It's exactly.
Oh, wow.
and
Ah,
I mean, the whole thing was like there was no one doing Dance Gavin Dance is like a giant fan base, and like no one is like
Oh yeah.
doing anything. No one's making content about it. So
you
here we
saw
are
a
now.
need, filled a need. You heard your calling.
Exactly. I
Fan,
found
true
the niche.
fanboys.
Exactly.
goal.
Hey,
We got him.
if I could do a
Yeah.
10th of the things that man's fingers could, goodness.
Like it started off like reviewing album stuff, and then eventually like we wanted to get guests on, like just to kind of like mix it up. But then like we started getting guests, and then people started hitting us up like, "Hey, can I be on the show? Can I be on the show?" And then it was just
Sick.
like having guests on kind of just like half the show is done for us by the guests themselves. So I mean, it kind
Right.
of creates
Yeah,
like,
it's a lot easier doing that. I mean, sometimes they're a little hard. You gotta, prime a little bit. But
Amen.
I mean,
And go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say like I was considering like bringing back some like Dance Gavin Dance review, like album review episodes, like earlier in the summer, and then Tillian stuff comes out, and I think probably just gonna shelf that permanently now because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because probably a good idea.
uh-huh.
Gonna be a tough talking point for a little while for sure.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think the thing about that is I don't feel like it's been nearly enough of a tough talking point for some people. I think that maybe we should people are going a little too hard for them. And that's just like
Yeah.
my opinion. I think like we didn't give them enough. Some people, the super fans weren't giving them and kind of stuck around a little too much. They jumped back on the bandwagon like too
Right.
quickly after all that stuff came back.
Scumbag moves are scumbag moves. I don't care how pretty you sound, big guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I mean,
Like,
I think that it's a good thing that we have a community that could take everybody to task and kind of just like make sure everything's like out in the open for people to absorb. And like we unfortunately had to take on a role in that and just being like a deliverer of bad news. And not everybody's happy about that. And it's just one of them things that we're glad that it's in the rear view mirror and it's not something we're facing every day anymore.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, I hope it's in the rear view mirror, but honestly, I don't really know.
Yeah.
It sounds like he could be the singer
We just-
again. We don't
just-
know right now.
We just don't. And that's just unfortunate. And it's one of them things
Yeah.
that's their business. And we're just here with, doing our own thing. And we got great band. Like,
Exactly.
y'all.
Yeah, we don't need to talk more about it. I'd rather talk to y'all about y'all's music.
Right. I mean, as I say, we could always bring up for comparison the whole Tim Lambesis synergy.
Right.
Like every article takes the opportunity to, if they even remotely talk about it. Hey, you remember that time he went to jail? That time he went to jail? Yes.
Remember when,
But
like, he hired a cop to do
yeah,
something?
like to be so bad at it is you to immediately go for an undercover cop. Like, dude. But I mean, same energy of like, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah.
Azalea Dying has struggled ever since. And
Absolutely.
a lot of core bands at that level, like I think at every level of the music scene since pandemic, everyone's gone through that little bit of pinch and struggle that is, it's not the it's just not the same as it was like 10, 15 years ago when our music scene could thrive like alongside like, rappers and EDM artists and stuff. I definitely feel like we're pushing fourth or fifth at this point in terms of
Like
hierarchy.
this whole new trend of like wow, all vocalists being dirtbags. It's like, can we just not?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Let's
if
not make this a
it's-
fad, please.
I don't think it's a new trend though. I think it's just people finally.
It's
getting
finally
caught
getting
for
brought
it.
to light. Yeah.
Yeah, and like people are taking it seriously.
Yeah.
That's always good that people are doing that. But I had one question because I was looking at your all's font and I was wondering, is that the show Lost font?
You'd have to talk to Brett on that one. He is
Yeah.
super attached to his very like default fonts.
Yeah.
And I have a solid inkling that there may be a secret Lost fanboy in him.
Yeah, that definitely looks like Lost font for sure.
It does.
I
yeah.
haven't been like willing to broach the subject, so I'm glad you broke the ice for me. Now it's time to hold this in front of him and hound him. Your shenanigans are at an end, B.
Hey, all I'll say is I'm a huge fan of that show, and any like chance I'm reminded of that show, I take it with a
Oh yeah.
pleasure.
Since y'all listening to since Ty's listening to our old stuff, there's an episode where we talk about Lost for like half an hour.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So I have not seen Lost. I know
You're
that's
fired. Get out.
I know.
Y'all
I'm
just throw a
sorry.
little Lost. Or here, can y'all see my phone?
Well,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, just throw a little those at the top right there, and then y'all
Okay.
have a new logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B, if you're
Yeah,
listening, we're a two-piece again. Sorry, fam.
I hear that it's a great show. I don't know. I haven't sat down and watched it. I have not
What?
seen Breaking Bad all the way through either. And
I
I know
haven't
that-
either, actually. I haven't seen Breaking
Yeah.
Bad all the way through
Yeah.
either. I might
I've
work on
Well-
that soon though.
I've
I've
seen
been
a lot.
watching Break.
I have not seen all of Breaking Bad, but I've seen a lot of Breaking Bad. I will
My
say that.
goodness.
And
I-
like at this point, you get a lot of it like cultural osmosis for it. Like so I got
Right.
a bunch of shit that happened I haven't even seen yet because people just post memes about it all the time.
I haven't
I've-
said this since like 2006, but God, I want to kill myself. With
That was
my
good.
3
That was-
belts and my deeply emotional problems for all of 14, just gonna off it. Y'all haven't seen Lost or finished Breaking Bad. I'm out.
No, me and Ryan have seen Lost, but
Lost all the way
yeah,
through.
we love Lost.
Okay.
Um,
I gotta go.
I mean,
back.
I'm working on Better Call Saul right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
see you.
this is like I think the third time I've tried watch. I mean, like I like it, but I just didn't finish it because like this they didn't have all the seasons out on Netflix till I think they're all out now, but I'm not sure. But
I think
I
Better
think we're
Call
actually
Saul.
gonna get. I just started season 3. I finished the last episode of season 2 right before this.
Oh, nice.
That's a
put
little
it
bit why I
simple.
was slow to respond because I was like, I'm kind of into this.
I'm put it simple. If I'm gonna sit through that Mitch Looker Memorial show, you're gonna sit through Lost with me.
All right, fair.
Oh, it's definitely worth it for sure.
I mean,
Get- strap in, big guy. We ain't leaving these ball shorts for like a week.
We got to go back.
so
Same
like
couch, same shorts.
it's not that I don't think it won't be a good show. I do think it'll be good. I haven't took the plunge yet, you know.
I will say, I think it was the kind of show that like worked better, like it being released like weekly. As I don't think it binges quite as well as like
Okay.
the way it originally came out. Because
I
you
think-
kind of like you spent a lot of time like thinking about what happened and like what's gonna happen next from episode to episode. Now it's like, but when you binge it, you just kind of don't really get that.
Same
was the
anticipation
suspense.
that like
Yeah, the same suspense.
problem though, because everybody watched it week to week like that. They all created these higher than these enormous like expectations for what the show was going to be, and that's why you had people so mad at the end of it, because their mind had created a different ending, and then they got the ending they
Well,
got, and they got it.
I think the thing about the ending was that they made it way more ambiguous than. I mean, we don't want to spoil it, but it's like it's kind of.
Gotcha.
Hey, man.
It's not literal enough for like just your average person to like, I think, really be into it. I think
That's the beauty of Lost.
yeah.
Everybody's
But
got their
also they kinda
fanfic,
dicked
but you gotta
around for a
appreciate the
couple-
creator.
For 2 or 3 seasons right before also, so
Hell
Okay.
Ooh, that is
But-
bright. My God. Goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to see my lens flare real quick?
Ah,
Yeah, you've been
Yeah.
getting me a time or two. Don't worry.
No, it's like this is what happens when we interview at this time of the day. It's just like
Right.
sun going through the window, and then eventually it's gonna start hitting there's a mirror behind my laptop, and it's gonna start hitting the mirror and it's reflecting on my face.
Gonna be the skin of a killer, Bella.
Twilight joke, bro.
Hey, man. I
try to
wish
make
my
that
balls were a
relevant again.
disco ball. My lady would be thrilled.
Hell yeah. But Cash, do you want to move on to recent listens?
I mean, do y'all have anything else you want to talk about? Or actually something I want to ask, but we kind of need to make it a little quick just because I gotta get off soon. I was wondering, like, so y'all are gonna release the EP. I was wondering, what do y'all have planned after the EP? Or if y'all thought ahead that far.
So I've definitely got like plenty of ideas banked up that I'm sure we could just pile out a whole other EP, probably go for an album, but it would kind of come down to what the other boys had in mind.
I'm hoping full-length album after the EP. That's what I'm shooting
All
for.
right.
A big thing me and Brett have definitely discussed about it after the EP for sure is wanting to get into collabing with a lot of the other local music. There's some pretty
Oh,
cool
you
bands
got
that are
to.
starting to
Yeah.
pop up and just
Oh,
do
for sure.
some collab tracks. I think that'd be really sick. Gonna try and keep softening Brett up about returning to the stage before too long, but
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if y'all come to Texas, let me know.
All right, bet. We'll do.
might be a minute, but we'll hit you up for
All
sure.
right. All right.
Hell-
Or actually, you know what? I'd be down to go to Arkansas too.
Hey,
I
Now you're
had a good
speaking the
time last
language.
time I was there.
we're poor, so coming to us sounds way better.
I'll see if I can swing it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not down for Arkansas. I'm down for Arkansas, though. I want to visit Arkansas.
There you go.
It's the
I'm
state
not
of
liking
mind.
this
bet,
half.
bet.
I like that other side.
Hell yeah.
It's
But,
all
yeah,
Bible Belt, my guy. It's all just as bad.
Yeah, pretty much. Once you get out of those cities, it's kind of just the same.
Yeah.
everyone's
Children of the
big-
Corn, but
I think
on
we
meth.
just lost Ty.
Uh-oh. His phone probably died, knowing him.
It happens.
If you get a hold, let them know that it's no biggie. If you would like to, though, as we like to wrap up on our episodes, we talk about recent listens, which our guests can like tell us what they've been
Oh, he's
listening to.
back.
Okay.
All right, we
You-
got
you
him
need-
back. One sec.
Hey.
Yeah.
Eee,
Yeah.
he's back.
But for how long?
I'm so sorry. I have no idea
Oh,
what
that's
to
all
say.
good.
It's that
No big
cabin in the
deal.
woods internet.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
But as I was telling our boy Jim Bob over here, Jim Bay,
Jim Bone.
Jim May.
Jimmy Bob over here,
boy.
There you
We're gonna-
go.
recent listens, which our guests like talk about bands that they've been listening to recently, or if you just want to shout out the homies that you haven't shouted out yet, feel
Right.
free. The
We went
floor
right
is-
for the throat on that one. The boys needed it.
Yeah. Weekly listens for me, Tactosa. They're killing it right now. Tactosa is. Of Sulfur,
I was gonna say you toss that on me
That's it.
every time I see you. It's of sulfur. So
Yeah. Big of Sulfur fan, and Left to Suffer. They're killing it too. Oh, and Distant, they're killing it also. And Signs of the Swarm just released a new single also. Signs of the Swarm's killing it as well.
All right.
yo, I don't know. I've been going back to the latest releases from Veil of Maya here lately. His cleans are absolutely sick, and they're kind of diss track to the gatekeeping community with that synthwave vegan was just chef's kiss, top tier. That's how you tell your old fans to grow up. Let's see. I've been checking out Filth a little bit because I recently found that the vocalist for that, I actually played a show with him quite a few years back when he was in a band called Invoker. I had no clue, and I happened to come across an Instagram picture from a Filth show. And I was like, "What? Excuse me?"
Filth is
I
sick.
started
sick.
creeping Filth, and I was like, "Oh my God, I have hugged that man. I fed that guy sandwiches in the back of my truck."
Hell
But yeah, so Invoker's story was
You
like
hugged him
they were
and
doing
fed
a
him
mini tour
sandwiches
from
in the back of your-
Cali. What's up?
You hugged him and then fed him sandwiches in the back of your truck.
Absolutely.
That's the
Listen to him
story?
talk about Satanism all day.
All right.
So they were
Naturally.
doing like a mini tour from Cali, and essentially we're like strapped on cash to get home, and I'm like the band dad energy anytime I'm in a band. So like me and my lady at the time, we packed sandwiches, we made tuna fish, PB&Js, we did all the poor boy, we got food in the house energy. And it was originally just to make sure that we didn't have to spend any money on the trip, like I can buy a loaf of bread when I get home, it's fine. But, so the bandmates back then were kind of prissy, and we're like, I don't know about that. They did a little bit, but they were like, "Nah, man, that takeout." And Invoker looked at me like I had just brought them their saving grace. They're like, "You're gonna feed us?" So yeah, I had a total like black metal picnic in the back of a Ford Explorer with a cooler and tuna sandwiches with a band that talked about Satanism like it was, Jehovah's Witness.
This is awesome. This sounds like you like picked up your kids from soccer practice.
Right, but extremely black metal.
A family thing.
If your kids like slayed goats on the weekend.
I'm all about. Most people don't realize that like going on tour and stuff like that is basically like being like a glorified circus performer, or going from town to town, and you're just like homeless. You got like maybe $10 in your pocket, and you should probably put that in the gas tank and not your tummy, because if you can find some food, get some.
I mean, you're basically gypsies, but you wear all black.
I feel it.
I feel like that's like song lyrics.
Hey man, if it's not,
Very
I can make it
poetic.
that way.
Hell yeah. But I think that's we're wrapping up on here. If you guys want to like shout out your like social media so people can find you, or where they can find you like on streaming, maybe if you guys got a Bandcamp other than Facebook.
We're real bland at the moment. Everything is pretty much at Those Lost Band. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube,
TikTok.
over there on the TikTok with you youngins. But we're wanting to get at least another track, maybe all three of the singles before we like hit up DistroKid to go everywhere.
Yeah.
We want to have that value when we hit the market.
Yeah,
Good.
instead of just putting one single on Spotify and being like, "Here you go."
Pardon me. Yeah, that's all you get.
You want to give
Just
them
enough to whet that whistle.
you want to give them a great value.
Absolutely,
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
it,
We
that's it.
are great value metalcore.
That's it. Oh, that is our tagline from now on. We are great value.
That
metalcore.
would be like that's a great shirt for sure.
Walmart
Yup.
endorsement, guys.
Yep, that's it.
Like get that font and like the logo or whatever on your shirt. Yeah, that's
Yes.
perfect.
That's it.
I'm here for it. I'm down with it. I better see that shirt by Christmas.
That's going right.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
going in Title Bank, right next to According to Cardi B and Mammoth Bones.
That's it.
Awesome.
So According to Cardi B is a brilliant idea mid like tracking. I don't even remember what brought it up, but so we're basically gonna try and just annoy the shit out of Cardi B on social media until she responds to us aggressively or otherwise. And it's like whatever you say to us, we're putting it in a track. So we're
Wow,
on a
this is,
mission, boys. Be ready for it.
That's
I'm
a
here.
very Ryan strategy right there.
Here you go.
That's it, man.
I'm here for
How
it.
you gotta
I
do
love
it.
Guerrilla warfare against Cardi B.
guerrilla marketing, man. It's the only way to the future.
Hopefully, just she doesn't get canceled before we get there. But
She just lost out on a Call of Duty endorsement, so maybe you guys should just like hassle her about that.
come to her in her
Oh,
time
yeah,
of
that's
need.
That's it.
Be
We
that
hear you
shoulder,
down on your luck.
be that shoulder down, you know, and-
We got a $5 bill and a lot of bad ideas, sweetie. You ready to roll?
You guys, you know, just be the you get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar, and I just love saying bees. Hell yeah, guys! But thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it. I know Cash does. Do you have
yeah.
anything to say before we're done?
Absolutely. Thank you for having
Anything
us.
you'd
This
like
has
to
been
address?
wonderful. What?
Anything you'd like to address?
Not from me, but thank you for letting us on. This is awesome. I've enjoyed it. This has been amazing.
I would love to get a little more notoriety and come back, see you guys with some fun, more
Absolutely.
stories.
That's it.
Suck
That's
a little
it.
We'll
less.
put y'all in the rotation. Y'all are on retainer now.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
We will not get you out of any legal battles, but we will stick around for the entertainment.
Hell yeah. You guys were great on this episode today. I saw a lot of fun, man. Thank you so much for your time. And those who are listening, please listen to our boys here, man. They're good guys.
We're
Oh, yeah.
poor. We got to pay DistroKid before you can have more.
Absolutely. Hey y'all, thank y'all so much. This was a great episode. We'll definitely have to have y'all back on sometime because I enjoy talking with y'all.
Absolutely. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
thanks, bud.
You
Yeah,
make some
thank you.
make some chocolate gravy and like put it on camera real quick. Or like or get some from wherever you get chocolate gravy just to show everyone. Like,
Okay, I will
Okay,
straight
next-
snuff
all the
film
YouTube
for
people.
you.
Yeah.
Next time we're on, I will for sure have chocolate gravy on deck waiting.
Chocolate gravy
All right.
snuff film. Can't wait.
All right.
I'm here for
All
it.
right.
Holding y'all to that.
I'm holding you to dying on stream, please.
All right. Well, thank y'all so much. Y'all have a nice night.
All right,
Peace.
thank you. You too. Peace.
Guys.
Peace. Later.
And it